Last day. Ten minutes till market open. Drawn liquidity is previous day's low. I'm bearish. Actually before that, ES is see, we traded below the weekly opening on Monday. Same with ES. I think the 4 hour may be a little bit more clear. I mean, I am bearish because I'm expecting the Thursday reversal, Friday continuation. But I do think there's a 4 hour SMT if I'm not mistaken. Right here. But no, I'm still bearish. I don't really care about this SMT. We're looking for shorts. We're looking for shorts. We are currently inside the 4 hour bearish fair value gap. Look at the 1 hour. Nice, yeah. Let's adjust this to the 1 hour FEG. Whoa, the 1 hour FEG is the exact same as the 4 hour FEG. I guess it's right there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So pretty simple. What we're looking for. Right? Analysis became a lot easier when it's all done on the daily chart. Because now all I need is an external high to be taken. So I'm just gonna wait for this high to be taken. Yeah. I don't really care about ES. Let's just guess on the 15 minute. We're trading above midnight opening, which means we need a high to be taken. Let's see if we can take this high and reject. Gonna note some things. So we got the hourly fair value gap. Let's see if we can like we take this high, tap into the 15 minute and displace lower. Target London lows. Oh man, it's so beautiful. There's also these equal lows too. Oh, today looks clean. Today looks clean. Equal lows. Um, today, dude, today, this looks absolutely beautiful in my opinion. Like, oh, this is just like, just come up here, take this high. This is gonna be A plus plus, bro. Like, yeah, just I have a good feeling. This looks really good to me. Um, let's see if we can just take out these equal highs, get an entry short, and then target these equal lows. Um, take out some buy stops, and then the hourly fair value gap. Let me do it like this. The H1CE. To me, yeah, honestly, I don't even need to really mark these things because like this is just a huge 4 hour imbalance. If we could just, we just need enough manipulation higher for me to start looking for shorts. That's all we need. We need to look and say that's enough manipulation. Let's look for shorts. So hopefully we can use this fair value gap, go higher. Exactly, brother. I'm probably gonna full TP at these equal lows, and then maybe keep a runner for London. It's a large range. I'm expecting a large range day. We do have news at 10, but I don't think it's like manipulative news. Appreciate you, man. Clean. I think today is clean. Well, we got 2 minutes. Oh, look at that. And it's going up. Like, oh man, this is, come on, just take the high, sharp displacement lower. Um, sometimes setups like these, I'll notice what happens is it'll do like this, right? And then I'll get stopped out if I enter prematurely. So maybe we'll wait for like the low, like this low to get broken, whatever. Not this one. Or like, oh yeah, you get what I'm saying. If we get an SMT at the highs too, that would be cool. Let's see, we're almost there. Okay, looks like we're rating the highs. Um, SMT right now. We did take this high out. Like this is good. I'm taking this already. I'm gonna take this already. I will take this. Equal lows. We'll TP at London lows, and then we'll look for That's enough manipulation for me. Two, three cons on this one. Anyone who turtle soup that, good for you, because that was amazing. What's 8 times 17? Should I wait to see if a fair value gap forms? I'm happy with the inversion. But let's see how we close. I'm gonna wait to see if we get a fair value gap. So I'm just dragging my limit up. Because if we close that range up, I don't want to take the trade. So just being a little patient. And if we get a breakaway gap, it looks like we might. So I'm gonna keep my limit here. Now. Yeah, this looks like a breakaway gap. Maybe I should have kept it. I should never even tapped into the inversion, so it wouldn't have filled me anyways. Stay patient. Low, high, high, low, higher, high, lower, low. There's a breaker somewhere in here. The breaker FEG. Hopefully we get a fill. Balance price range. Really no need to go higher. Buy stops taken. Let's see if we can get a fill. Looks strong. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this trade is it's exactly, if we displace this candle, I might look to enter on the order block. It's like 9:32, so it's a little, maybe a little early. This is the first fair value gap. I really hope we can get a fill here, and I just want to see how it plays. My kind of like instincts are telling me that like it's not gonna fill, but let's see. That wick is pretty promising. We have SMT to lows. Look, it looks warning. Maybe we'll disappear, and yes, we'll take them out. But yep, I saw the SMT to lows. I'm not really interested in them because, for one, I'm bearish, and there's SMT at the highs. So, but I appreciate you. I did note that. Thank you though. But yes, never took that low out. Which is why I only went in with 3 contracts. All right, we just gotta fill. Let's see how it goes. It's a good trade, no matter what happens. So if it wants to come up for the highs, we'll look for a re-entry. It's not a big deal for me. All right, this is the fair value gap that we took. It's a good trade for me. All right, let's see what happens. I'm gonna change this to ticks. It's a really bad reaction so far. It looks like we're coming for the high. If we inverse this, I might close early. Let's take off the executions. I'm gonna keep my stop loss there. It's probably gonna hit now. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Shrivant Kumar? I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Remember when I literally said, like, sometimes it does something like this, and then I take the trade and it stops me out. That's exactly what just happened, but it's okay because I'm gonna re-enter, and this is okay. See if ES can take that high. So the buy stops are rated on NQ now, and it's a good trade either way. Yeah, I'm gonna take that trade either way. So we just tapped into the 15-minute bearish fair value gap right there, which is why I already sized down on that one. So I can put my normal size on this one. So let's see, maybe we can get an inversion here or a change in state and delivery, either or, right? I'll enter something like this. Yeah, so see, we literally just kind of stopped me out and then went. Could have turtle soup that high. Buy stops have been ran. M15, FEG. As soon as we get a close below. No move lower yet. This is like high, low, higher high, lower low. Then the breaker is this candle right here, which is also the balanced price range. This is the breaker if it forms, right? So let's see if that forms. Low, high, or high, low. Sorry. Low, high. Bro, I'm tripping, bro. High, low, higher high, lower low. No, this would be the breaker. High. Honestly, I don't know. Oh, isn't it the last bearish candle before the higher high? So it's this big body candle. Yeah. So let's see if it forms. Breaker FEG right here. Yeah, I mean this setup's gonna be a lot better than the one I took, but I'm taking both. I would go back and take both again. Let's see if it forms here. Just need a lower low. Right, we tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap. We took high of day. We're inside of a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. And we just ran the buy stops above midnight opening, right? We have clean equal lows over here and then clean lows at London. That is a fair value gap, and I will take it if we create a lower low. Stop loss at the old high. If we can displace, I will take this. I mean, I might even I wouldn't take it just yet, maybe without the lower low. I think I need a lower low. But we did get the change in state of delivery. There was no inversion, so it's not my model. There's some strong displacement. I mean, if we displace lower, I'll probably take it too. Maybe there's a 30-second inversion. Yeah, there's a 30-second inversion there. So I'm going to put in my limit here. Let me just, I can't see the candle close. Do I want this? I think I'm going to wait. Just wait for the lower low. Because I only have one more trade. Yeah, it looks like it's forming. So I'm going to take this for sure. All right, let's see if this fair value gap forms. If that second fair value gap forms, it did. Just gave an entry on the first one. We might have, I want to say, how many more ticks is that? I'm going to change this to P&L because I want to see if it's in my risk parameters. 136 is too much. That looks like a breakaway gap there. But we can take it with 3 lots. We might have missed it, to be honest. 2 lots on the, oh, that's a good idea. Why have I never thought about that? Something like that is really cool, actually. But I think we might have missed, let's see. It might not come back for us. That could just be a breakaway gap. Uh, we got filled there. Holy shit, it's pretty cool how it like fills you twice. So we got the 1 fill. Technically the breaker did not form yet. But I like that we gave 2 double FEGs and we had the inversion on the 32nd. Probably gonna get a fill here. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't run up for this high again. I mean, it is possible. Looks like it might do that. In my opinion, it doesn't really need to go up. But it might go back to ticks. Hopefully we can get a nice push down here. It could come back up to this high. Just run it one more time. I don't think it needs to. 15-minute turtle soup. No, it hasn't even formed yet. Equal lows. I'll probably take a partial at those equal lows. Let's see. So far the reaction is not good. I'm debating closing early, but we'll give it some room. I think we'll let it just play. Looks like it's gonna come back up for that high, but we'll give it some room. And it looks like the shorts are just not, they're not playing. Maybe the displacement wasn't strong enough. See if we can close this range up. Pretty much the last thing. 6 is a short type day. Possibly, yeah. We haven't really taken out any lows yet. I think my stop loss is gonna get hit here at this point. Yeah, so we just got stopped out. All right. Let's see what happens. Maybe a little impatient from me there. So we're at 833 so far. We're down 270. So if I enter another trade, it's gonna be with 1 micro, and just trying to mitigate some of those losses. Got the high. What's up, X4? I've tested it with futures, but it wasn't really. It never really like when you like put out the deviations and you want to see how far it goes. It never really hit deviations. Like I don't know. I think it's better with forex in my opinion. It's just pretty much to see like how far the protraction can go. Last trade I'll take is if we get an inversion here. Um, that's the last trade I'll take. If we get the inversion off that sweep and then SMT at the highs right now. So that'll be my last trade of the day if it forms. Maybe I got a little impatient there. So far, X4. What do you mean so far? Question mark. Oh, how many trades? I took two. One was small risk. One was regular size risk. Yeah, this order block right here. It's possible. It's pretty deep into the fair value gap, but it is possible. It's above the. Yeah, it could go up there for sure. That's a valid place for it to be drawn to. For me, I'm just looking that we're inside the bearish fair value gap, inside the 1 hour fair value gap. Consequent encroachment. Let's see if we get the inversion, change the state of delivery. This will be my last. It would need to be something like this. You're long since the 1 minute turtle soup. Good for you, bro. Hopefully this goes higher for you. Wait for the news candle. Yeah, news candle at 10. I don't know how much impact the news candle will be. Revised UOM consumer sentiment. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I'll go in with 2 micros if we close below this low. Hopefully setup doesn't form until news, but I will take it. Targeting 50% of the range. Good luck, good stuff, bro. The 1 hour order block could, right? Order block's not a drawn liquidity, but it could retrace into the order block and propel price. We're already inside the internal range liquidity pool. So let's see. Inversion, SMT. We created our own fair value gap. I think I'm gonna take this as soon as we get a close below, and this will be my last trade. If we get a close below, I'm gonna take this rather. That's a really strong displacement on ES as well. So I am definitely gonna take this. And I'm gonna put my limit. It's just tough to get a entry here. Maybe 50% of. We got an inversion on the 2 minute as well, I believe. 3 minute no inversion just yet, but we did trade really deep. So let's keep an eye out on that. We do have the SMT. ES inverted pretty much everything. So I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. We just gotta fill on the 1 minute. Too much risk for me. Let's see if we can get like a fill in this 50%. Yes, it's already making new lows. 2 minute inversions there. We can look to enter on the 2 minute, and we'll make this two micros. Yeah. And then we'll look for TP at London lows, but we'll also look to take a partial right there. This was the move we wanted. I mean, it still hasn't made a lower low, but I mean, look at ES. Holy shit. ES has a nice change of state and delivery right there. Maybe we should take the trade on ES. I don't think we're gonna get a fill. Let's see. Could look for the breaker if we get the lower low. $9.50 as well. I think I'm gonna cancel this limit order. So the entry is not that clear. It's not that clear right now exactly where I want to enter from. ES is a little bit. There's SMT there. I'm not really interested in the SMTs at the lows. I'm bearish. Let's see. Because we didn't make a lower low here, I don't really want to take the trade on Nas. At this point, I'll look for the breaker. We traded back into this candle. I think I'm happy with something like this too. I think I'm happy with something like that. Two micros. I'm happy with something like this. Two micros. Take one limit there, one limit London lows. Down close candles are supporting price. These lows are going to get taken now. The breaker formed low, high, lower low. Oh shit, what am I saying, bro? High, low, higher high, lower low. The last down close candle. That's your breaker, I believe. That's your breaker FEG. That's your unicorn. We're going to take this 100% and I'm going to take it with 3 micros. That's your unicorn right there. Got the 15-minute equal lows. We'll take a partial there and then take the rest off. Second stage entry, you got the breaker. The equal lows are just literally 16 points. I mean, I'll look to take one off. How do I... I want to do a limit buy, right? I'm going to take a partial right here. Why is there a buy stop right there? We will leave another buy stop right here. No, We'll just take the L. We'll just take the L if it comes there. It really shouldn't trade up there. I know there's an imbalance here, but that's the breaker FEG. Hopefully this can pull price lower. Let's see. We got news. Hopefully it can distribute lower. All right. Just gonna. This is not working there. Whoa. All right. It's trading pretty high right now. Not the reaction I wanted. Let's see. Trading at the high of the breaker. If we close below above this fair value gap, I'm gonna close my position. I'll get permission for like 50% of this order block maybe, but like then I'm closing early. So far, no close above, so not too worried. Nice small rejection right now. As soon as we get a close above that fair value gap, I'm closing my position early. So the stop loss is just protective. A stop loss that makes sense and it's protective. That was a nice push lower. Let's see if we can close below these candles. Below that low. And we did close below that candle's low. We shouldn't really be trading back in. We should be displacing lower now. Hopefully this candle should close bearish. Media rebalance on 5 minute. Yes, it's a good close down. Yep, that was a good close down. This candle is kind of consolidating right now. Let's see. Yep, let's see. Of all the trades I took today, I think this was one was the best. Yeah, I'm gonna hover this close position, but if we close above, I feel like it's gonna run my stop again, and in which case I'll just be done for the day. Well, either way, I'm done for the day. But a nice wick. Oh, news candle. All right, we're gonna just watch price for a bit and see. If we invert this, yeah, we might not not have been going down at all anyway. See what happens. We are minus 380 on the day. Damn. So that news is pretty volatile, I guess. Maybe this was just all manipulate. Maybe we weren't bearish at all. Let's see. We didn't really take out any lows besides this one, I guess. 930 low. Yeah, I'm happy with today. Let's see how high we go. That's a 1 hour order block. See if we can deliver 950 to 1010 like this. At this point, though, after seeing that, like, I wasn't expecting the a manipulative news candle. So if we like this, if we're bearish, then this candle, I wouldn't expect this. I think we're gonna go pretty higher now off that candle. Deeper inside the 15-minute fair value gap, deeper inside the 4 hour bearish fair value gap. Just about 50%, I'd say. Uh, yeah, like 50% is pretty much right there. You got to pump it up. No, pump it up. See if we can inverse this. I won't be trading on it, but let's see if we inverse this. I think I might add something to my models. Like I have to wait for a lower low. Because yeah, we had a nice shift here. I mean, we had a lower low, but it wasn't a close below. Like a close below lower low. If that makes sense. Close below. Like we had a little, yeah, short term. The inversion CISD is nice, but I think the lower low is important. Well, there was SMT, right? So honestly, I'm okay with it. Good news is it's Friday. It's Friday. The weekend's off. Look at dollar index. Dollar index room looks like it's going lower too, so it would make sense for the indices to continue higher. Um, yeah, makes sense. We got quite a bit of people in here today, which is nice. I wish I could have won for you guys. See if we get a lower low with this inversion. Yeah, I think I need to wait for like I have two entry models. One of them is SMT with changing state and delivery. But I mean, I can't really base it just off this, right? You know? So I'm not really mad. 946, 935. We took the SMT there, like I'd be really surprised if we don't close bearish today though. Seek and destroy profile hitting. But am I the only one who doesn't see the seek and destroy? We didn't take out any lows. Like how does this look like Maybe I'm tripping. How does this look like seek and destroy? To me, this just looks like, oh, on the 1 minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I see that for sure. What's up, Robbie? How you been, brother? That's what I'm saying, bro. Mister, this guy's up now. Comes in here like once a week now. He's up. Doesn't even remember us. Keep this SMT forms. So like right there, SMT changes to delivery. This would be my entry model, but let's see if it plays out. This is the second type of entries I take. This short looks valid. Hey, Robbie thinks so. You would have just got a fill. And you'd have to look out for 50% of this fair value gap. If you get a close below 50%, then I would close my position. At least take out this low, is my opinion. And if we close below, expect continuation lower. Close above 50%, it's probably going to go higher. You got to pump it up to no pump it up. Man, if it plays out, I'm going to sit in the corner and cry because we aren't in this trade. I know. I mean, this one is not the most A plus. Right? We've had a lot of SMTs that didn't kind of play out. We got to close above 50%. It's like a weird close. So like, does the SMT hold? Does it not hold? I don't know. The real change of state delivery would have been here. But on the reason I used the last candle is because if you drop down to a low enough time frame, this is the series. Like this 1 minute candle is the series of like a smaller time frame amount of candles, if that makes sense. And time is fractal. So if you go to like the 15-second time frame, on the 15-second time frame, we just hit a really nice 2022 model. Holy shit, this is cool. Yeah, that second trade I took honestly was really was really good. It could have just been my bias was incorrect, you know. Maybe we were just never going lower today, which I'm willing to accept. It's totally normal. We inverse the 30-second. But in my opinion, I still feel like we're gonna go lower, man. I really think Friday closes bearish. It takes out Thursday's low. I don't think I have ever seen a Thursday high of week and low of week. You know? Part of the game. Yeah, man. We're still alive. We're still alive. For now. We might not be, but we're gonna have to downsize our risk and play comeback and figure some shit out. Cause I gotta find a better way to fade some of these entries. Maybe like waiting till 950 at least, for example. That's one thing I could do. We took the high right there. That's like one option. We'll have to figure it out. Just go into back test today and see, get some more data, get some more info. And just find out. I have all weekend to back test, so hopefully we can come back with some like criteria to fade out trades because I have my whole model defined, but if I'm looking to increase my win rate, I'm gonna have to fade out the trades that have a less probability of playing. Um, and then obviously risk management matters, but yeah, I think let's look at some forex markets, see if any. I mean, it's already Friday, so I don't know what swing positions are gonna form on Friday, but yeah, US CAD, not that clear. Yeah, I don't think there's any forex positions. I mean, Euro. Yeah, no, I'm chilling, bro. Yeah, at this point, bro, I'm used to losing, bro. I'm used to it. It's been a bad month. It's been a bad couple weeks, but we're still alive, and that's all that matters. And hey, man, it's at the end of the day, it's a funded account. It's not like I put in thousands of dollars into this account. I've already taken two payouts, so I'm already I'm already in the money. If I lose my account, if I lose my account because I went on a loss streak so long with good risk management and that is what it is, bro. Like that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Uh, it's worth it. It's worth it, is what I should say. Because you learn. I'm gonna learn a lot. By the end of May, I'm gonna be a lot better. Um, yo, you know what though? But whenever a setup forms at 9:30, I swear it never plays for me. But any time I go on like Twitter or like I'm looking at people taking trades, they take an entry at 9:30. I swear it always plays. Well, I guess if you took the longs, it would have played. Hey man, only up from here, right? How much worse can it get? 9:30 entries are the devil spawn. They never play for me, bro. Like I can't lie. I can't lie. I took that 9:30 entry just because of that one on Monday. There was one on Monday that was so clean and it played perfectly. And I took another one on Wednesday, looking for something similar, expecting a small range day and 9:30 volatility to like give the trade, like give the move for the day. And then same thing now because we took the well. No, that trade was good, bro. We had an SMT right here at 929, and then we displaced lower, change the state of delivery. I guess there was no clean break below that low is what you needed to do, right? Above midnight opening. Perfect, bro. That's a 15-minute pre-market high. I roll like, yeah, you might be right. Like at least wait for the first like 15 minutes. Just wait for the first macro maybe. I think that's a valid idea. probably save a lot. Like in the long run, you probably save a lot of losses. Um, but like that setup was good, bro. That 930 setup was good. It could have been the only thing I would say that would didn't make it is this wick. If it had just closed below, like maybe that's like I don't think it's the fact that it was 930. I think it's just the market showed that it was not. It just came for the low. Like that wick says something. I think 12 handles. But that there was a SMT at the highs. We swept the 15-minute pre-market high above midnight opening inside the 4-hour, 15-minute, 1-hour bearish fair value gap with a strong SMT pre-market. That's a good trade, bro. I would take. I would honestly nine. I didn't. It isn't like the entry was 933. Yeah, maybe. It. I think if we close below this low, like I think that's what should have made me fade it is the lack of closure below this low. Just kind of shows what's up, Mohammed. But overall, like now that I think about it, yeah, if you just wait for like 950, at least the first 15 minutes to play out, you probably just save yourself a lot of losses. Yeah, I think I needed the closure. I think that's just something I'm. Oh, Crypto Mint, what's up, brother? Dude, this guy's the best, bro. Crypto Mint's the best, bro. I think Kumar, bro. I think I need to add. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back test and I'm gonna take a bunch of trades and I'm gonna see the ones that don't play out and the ones that play out, and I'm just gonna have to analyze the exact entry for the ones where I'm right about my bias. I mean, honestly, today maybe I just wasn't right about my bias. There was really no short that kind of played out. So I'm gonna have to go back and see like, or just completely fade out my change in state of delivery SMT model. Oh no, I like that model. It's a really nice model. It's a nice closure, but I think I need a closure below the low. Like if we're gonna take a low, it better close below. Otherwise, I think that's the rule I'm gonna add. Because had we not taken this low, right? Had we not taken it, like let me just go back right here. Study ICT Silver Bullet. I know everything about Silver Bullet, but thank you though. If you just study this price action, no, the Silver Bullet's amazing, bro. Silver Bullet it is amazing. I kind of just like integrate it. Like it's not really a part of my model, but if it's there, it's there. We had this SMT. We took this high. We failed to take this high. In my opinion, that shows pretty weakness. We had a nice displacement, right? An inversion fair value gap. Let's give one more candle. Inversion fair value gap. Like, come on, that's. I guess like the only thing I would say is, like, you look at these wicks, and you see like, oh, if this was gonna take a low, then it better close below. It better close below, right? But I guess because it didn't really close below, I mean the CISD, IFG, FEG, SMT, bro, this is like a pretty good trade. But it's not A plus. I guess the A plus would have been if it closed below. If it closed below this or this. Look at the 1-hour dealing range at this time. I mean, yeah, we're deep in a. The dealing range is all the way like this. That is a good point. That is a pretty good point, yeah. Look at the 15-minute dealing range. Just out of curiosity. Free market. Yeah. You are right about that. I mean, this was like still been discount. Yeah, it's valid. That is valid. Could just fade all the setups. Like we were talking about the hourly FEG that we were in. The thing is, like this FEG that we were looking at in the pre-market, I was looking at this, and like the 50% of it, and also the 4-hour same FEG. But I was just expecting us to respect this 4-hour. Is basically what kind of made me take this trade. I was expecting Friday continuation and respecting the 4 hour bearish fair value gap, which is why I didn't really look at discount premium of dealing range because there's one bearish fair value gap here, you know? There's one. And like, okay, I guess you could say like it's in discount, but I'm not gonna wait for it to trade up to the high of the fair value. At that point, if it trades up to the high, the fair value guy's gonna get disrespected, like probably right now. I mean, maybe not, but I think you get what I'm saying, right? So then you see that 4 hour bearish fair value gap, and you expect it to hold. From my point of view, like I was expecting it to hold. So I saw this, went down to the 1 hour. It's pretty much the exact same fair value gap. Um, I guess like the only thing you could see is like I guess this 1 hour order block someone marked out was really good, was a really good idea. So if we had an inversion, I appreciate you coming, Kumar. I see you, brother. This is the 1 hour order block inside of the 4 hour fair value gap. So let's see if you get like a setup now. It's probably a little bit more high probability than. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Hopefully next week is better for me. Well, I appreciate everyone joining, yo. We got 8 viewers. I won't be taking any more trades today. I lost three, so I lost three. Risk management was pretty good for 3 trades, but yeah, I'm gonna do some back testing all weekend. The OBs I'm trying to key off of. The OB is really good. Yeah, that's interesting. And here, yeah, that never came. Did it go on ES? Yeah, I played on ES. Euro to IRL. Yeah, I guess I did miss that. I did miss that. Yeah, the order block's nice, but to be honest, I think I just kind of lost focus on how like bearish I was. I don't know. I think it's fine. I guess yeah. I guess maybe the analysis is what is the thing that like drove me to take 3 losses today. But I think it's still pretty valid. Like the 4 hour bearish for value gap. Like, at this point, we're pretty deep into it. So like I would already be like second guessing the trade. Like I didn't want it to trade this high. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, I guess it still could wick below the 50%. In which case, if it goes below the 50% and off the 1 hour order block, that's a pretty strong setup. Then, like that would be an A plus setup if you get a nice entry, an A plus entry, if you, A plus setup depending on the entry, obviously. If it like really wicks down, the way I saw it was like I wanted to see it respect the 50% already. I guess we can see if it forms now. This SMT only really matters at the key level. So for me, the SMT I was using earlier was there was a 1 minute SMT after taking the 15-minute high. 1 minute SMT at the 50-minute high, which is yeah key level. It's subjective, but like I feel like 1 hour order block is a lot more significant of a key level than if you hit the 1 hour bearish order block and there's an SMT at the highs. That's pretty golden. But like I'm saying, at this point, I didn't want it to trade this high even. Well, let's see. Just curious to see if we got to move lower here. But I'm definitely gonna call it there. It's been a tough couple of weeks for me. I can't lie. We're still alive. We're taking loss after loss, but we're still alive. Um, we're gonna have to just play comeback. It happens. Expecting Friday continuation. H4 IRL, ERL lower. We're gonna close the week bearish. I think it's just playing around. That's what I thought too. I was pretty confident in that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's fine. I'm happy being wrong about stuff like that. But in my opinion, like we're closing bearish for sure. I was really expecting Friday to continue Thursday's move, trade below weekly opening, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. And we're gonna have to play comeback. You know, we're losing, but I think we're learning. You know, I think we're learning. I think we're improving. It's not really about the money. I mean, it is about the money, but not about the money. Not about the money, 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 money. Yeah, if I were still trading, I would wait for 1050 to see if it delivers. If I were trading, but honestly, if there was a move, like if we broke below this low, inverse this, that's A plus to me at this order block level. But like I said, I didn't want it to trade this high. I saw the order block, but it's just a little bit too high for me to like still be convicted of the lows because we really shouldn't be trading to the 4 hour fair value gap high. But who knows? I guess we'll have to look back, see, learn from today. Friday usually does its own thing sometimes too. Like it's sometimes easier to predict Wednesday and Thursday. And at this point in the 15-minute time frame, we inverted one to maybe the 15-minute fair value gap paired with the 50% of the order block. Maybe could look for your reversal from there off that high sweep as well. That's possible, but I think I'm gonna call it there. If you take a trade, I don't know if you're in my Discord, but if you take a trade at 1050, let me know if it plays out because I am curious. I think I'm gonna just go start the back test, try to catch at least like a month, finish at least a month of back test, maybe 2, 3, this weekend. Um, minus 380 on the day, so that's 547 minus 3. Oh shit, 38 minus. We got comeback to do. We're pretty down in May so far, and we're 4 and 9 on not on trades but on days. And as for trades, it's not good. So let's see. I'm backtesting this whole weekend, bro. When I lose, when I have a losing week, I just study so hard on the weekend, all my trades, and then just seeing. I gotta find a way to fade some entries. I think. I think I'm gonna add a rule like if a low is gonna be taken in a short position, or a long is gonna be taken before my entry. May is my words, dude. Every time I backtest May, I get destroyed. Every time I backtest May, I get freaking destroyed, bro. And April too. April is so tough in my. I don't know why. I don't know why. So random. Anyways, um, I think I'm gonna add that rule. Like if I'm looking for a short and before I get filled, a low gets taken, it needs to displace that low. Otherwise, no trade. Like it needs to make the lower low. I think I'm gonna make that a rule because then I just kind of like I think I'll fade a good amount of losses with that, and then same for a long. Like if I'm looking for a long position, if a high gets taken, because if I entered the short, like imagine this wick wasn't here. If I entered the short, as soon as we took this low, that's either a partial, or if I see that we don't close below, like I would probably trail break even, you know. So there's like that, and then I think it also made an SMT, so then for sure break even or partial. Um, so like let's see, the stop loss would be like at the high. I journal my backtest and do the same. Yeah, I do the exact same thing. I'll show. Well, actually, I just kind of restarted because I just like kind of updated some things, so I'm restarting now. But I've done a lot of backtest. But yeah, like I just Notion journal my backtest. So yeah, like you could have taken there 1 R, and realistically, your stop loss should be like here. You would never take the position before the news candle. Yeah, the only reason I did that is because one, I didn't expect a news candle like this, but two, mostly not that is because what's it called? I was not expecting a manipulative news candle. I was expecting the news candle to like inject volatility in the direction of the daily candle, which it did pretty much. It went up. If you were in longs, it's beautiful. I thought that we were bearish and this is where we're gonna continue from. So I was expecting a sharp news candle. Maybe yeah, you can think, but it's not a like I don't see it as a news candle that find the same position without the news candle and see what happens. Find the same position without the news candle and see what happens. Like you mean in backtest? Maybe it was just the news, but like I mean yeah, I get what you're saying for most news, but just the way that I see that news candle is it's gonna inject volatility in the direction that the market wants to go. Like see, it didn't take out any lows. It's just one solid move in the direction that the market was primed to go. That's what I was expecting. For news like that. If it was like any other news like maybe PMI or not obviously not CPI for like not the super big ones, but it's something like that prelim red news like that red folder prelim whatever it was. To me, that's just a volatility injection. It's not like a high manipulative move. So I was expecting that huge volatility injection, but I was expecting it lower, and I thought it would play off that. But you're right. Like you could just wait to 10. It's probably just safer just to wait and just see, right? Because if I waited one more minute, well, yeah, maybe would have missed my entry. That's the thing too. So I guess maybe it was FOMO, but I think it's fine. The SMT was there, so I believed in it. I think I was just wrong about my intraday bias, and I can't tell you why. To be honest, I can't tell you why. It looked very bearish to me, but I think I was just wrong about my intraday bias, and I could have faded some setups. So like this one, I should have waited for a close below, because we took the low, and I hadn't gotten filled yet. I should have waited. So I think that one for sure I could have faded. Right, the second one I took. The second one I took, same thing, literally the same thing. We went lower. We had two fair value gaps, CISD, SMT. I just need the backtest. I need the backtest data. Yeah. I just recently refined my model and I added something that's gonna make like a pretty significant difference. In my opinion, it really cleared things up for me. So I still need to backtest that component, which is kind of like the whole. It's my trade setup. So my buys still the same, my entry still the same, but now with my different setup. But I'm thinking like one of my entry models, I have two. One of them is SMT CISD. I think I'll just have to. Yeah, I just need the data. I need the data. I could go back and look. The second setup. The second setup was good in my opinion because we had the breaker now. We had the close below the lower low. So honestly, all in all, looking back, I think that was SMT. It might be mistaken though. 946, 936. Yeah. So right here we had the SMT inversion changes to delivery breakaway. Oh, not a breakaway gap, but we tapped in. I was looking for the second stage entry. We had the breaker. In my opinion, that was. This is the only like looking back now. This is the only trade I would have been happy taking again. Looking back now, I mean I don't have the data yet, but I can. It makes sense to me that this was the only trade that made sense. It even respected the fair value gap really nicely. Well, actually, no. So, like, maybe in hindsight, the only thing I could have done, the only reason I didn't was because of the wick. We wicked at 50% of this order block, so I was like, maybe it'll go lower from that, which is why I didn't close on the inversion. But here we have the breaker, the full change in state of delivery. So that's a 5 minute change. So that one I would take again for sure, right? We had the 5 minute change in state of delivery there. But we didn't even close below the 5 minute low. Interesting. I guess, yeah, you see, so I could have faded that one as well. Could have faded that one as well, I guess. 3 setups that could have been avoided, all from the same purpose is I didn't get filled. Like if this low was not taken before I got filled, sure. Because the idea is if you're gonna take liquidity and you're gonna go like this and you leave a fair value gap, right? You leave a fair value gap here, but you just took out like some liquidity. I feel like you kind of almost anticipate that this is gonna get inversed, right? Anyone who was bullish probably saw this and was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like we just took a low. All of them, the F and wick. I think that's just something I need to add. I'm happy I noticed that though, because now I can backtest it and focus on that. So I think the simple rule is if I'm gonna look for a short and a low gets taken out before my entry, it needs to close below. And if it doesn't close below, I think that fades a lot of entries. I wonder if there's anything long here that we can look for something similar. Even the long one, like see how we had this market structure shift fair value gap, but before the fill, we took this high and we didn't close below, you would have got stopped out. Interesting, huh? Let's see if there's any others. Like this one worked. We had obviously this news candle, but see how before you got filled, we took a high, but we closed above the high. And then 50% of fair value gap held. Let's look at this one right here. Same thing, fair value gap formed. We closed above the high. This was actually after you got filled. So the fair value gap formed, closed above the high, plays. Bearish fair value gap here. It's a little small one. We did close below the low, but you got stopped out. I got interested too, bro. Gonna check that tonight. Yeah, that's interesting actually. I wonder if it's a good way to determine if the fair value gap will hold or not. It's possible. I mean, let me just look here quickly. For example, here, same thing. This setup from 8:30, because we closed above the high, it played out. Let's just go back. Let's go back to like yesterday, just for curiosity's sake. Okay, so yesterday we're here. For example, I want to look for ones that fail, not for ones that work. So we closed below the low, and then it obviously plays out. Here we took out. So interesting on this one, right? So this one's actually interesting. So initially, it did not close below the low, but the next candle did, and that was before the fill. So hypothetically speaking, well, no, I guess it's fine because we took the low before the fill. As long as you take the low before the fill, it's a close below. Let's look for any more. So there's one right here, close below the low, filled, played out. There's a long right here, closed above the high, and it played out. Obviously, you know, like market structure shift closed above the high. We know that part, but I'm talking about like it before the fill. So like that's something to look at, I think. So this one, we closed above the high, played out. We took that short, closed above, closed below the low, before the fill. Yeah. Let's see. Obviously, this is just like 1 minute market structure. It's not the most important thing. Let's see if we can find one long here. There was really no high here. I mean, yeah, we closed above this high. And then the fair value gap, only the first one is a breakaway. Interesting. Very interesting, I guess. Just going to quickly go to Wednesday and see. I'm going to add that to my entry. Oh, shit, I lost that long because of my internet yesterday. Oh, shit, that's NVIDIA earnings made this week weird. That's annoying as hell, bro. Your internet just like went down? Oh, this is beautiful market structure. What is this? Holy. But let's see. So close above the high. The fill worked out. As for the short fair value gap, there's a short fair value gap. I guess I don't know if you can qualify that as a low, but didn't play. The next fair value gap that formed was this bearish fair value gap. We did close below the low, but that's not before the fill. Like, oh. No, but not this low, see? So before the fill, we took this low. You would have got filled right there. So we took the fair value gap. Nice fair value gap, but we did not close below the low. So, and it wouldn't have worked out. That's another example. We have this fair value gap here. We closed above the high before the fill, so it's valid. Oh, this is getting complicated now because this fucking choppy market structure is. Here we closed below the low. Still didn't really play. No, we didn't close below the low. And see how it didn't play out? Yeah, we closed below this low, but not this one. Oh, I guess we didn't take the. Oh, made equal lows. Maybe it's SMT or something. But didn't play out. Interesting. This one played out. Actually, you would have got stopped out anyways. But we didn't close below the low. It just wicked. Dude, this is insane. Revolutionary. See, this one played out. 1, 2, 3. Highs protected because we closed below the low before the fill. All these lows got closed below, and this one was left for liquidity purposes, and we took it. Interesting. 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 Very interesting. Well, I'm definitely gonna go back test that. That being said, I got my ass handed to this week. That was tough. Hopefully we can bounce back. I'm sure we will. It is what it is, you know. I appreciate you watching, Armin. I have the same problem when I take a trade, and that makes the IFG so get stopped out. Maybe I could use this. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna back test it. I don't know if you have Discord. If you want to message me on Discord, I'll let you know what I find in my back test. And if you find anything, let me know. You can let me know as well. But just looking for a close below before the fill. If a low gets taken and you're short, you get it. I'm not gonna say it again. So I will definitely look for that, for a way to fade out some things, because that's a lot of. I think that'll save you some losses in my personal opinion. It's basically the fail to breaker block. You know, that's basically what it is. If you're entering on a market structure shift, like liquidity sweep, short market structure, it's basically a fail to breaker. So, or just a liquidity sweep on the fair value gap you're looking to enter. You don't want you don't want any liquidity swept. So even if it displaces lower, if it wicks below a low and then closes above, you got to be cautious about the fair. I'm not saying every setup. Sometimes it'll play, I'm sure, but you know, I think overall you would save some losses with that. So I'm gonna test that out for sure and see. So I appreciate you coming, brother. I'm gonna see you Monday, hopefully. And hopefully this back test goes well for us. So peace, brother. Peace.